Hey everybody, Norris here from Colorado. I've been wanting to do some short art tip videos for quite some time now, and since we're all confined because of coronavirus, I thought what better time than now. I just want to encourage everybody, we're going to get through this. This isn't going to last forever. Let's make the most of it. So I thought a good time for me to share some of the tips that I've learned over 14 years of being an acrylic artist. So I'm going to start with just what paints do I use, because I have people ask me that all the time. And I first just want to say I don't represent any company. I'm just sharing with you what I've learned over the years. So I've tried lots of brands, and the brand that I like the best and go with the most often is the Liquitex heavy-bodied acrylics. These are a professional grade paint. They are excellent as far as the texture, the color, the longevity, the quality. I really enjoy them. They're a little more expensive than the cheap ones, but they're well worth it. The other brand that I use quite often is the Golden brand. And Golden is golden for a reason. Its pigment is second to none, especially with the reds, the yellows, the oranges, warmer colors. They hold their color very well. They have the texture. They are definitely more expensive. They're worth it, especially if you're going to be doing paintings that have those colors in them. I use them if I'm going to be doing a large painting and I think I'm going to use the whole tube, or I'm doing several projects that have the same colors. The reason for that is because the one thing I do not like about them is they have this cap that screws on and around a metal casing there, and paint gets dried out and collects around the edges, and it makes it hard to get that cap on over time. And after a while, the paint starts to dry out, and I have actually had to throw away half of a tube before, and that's not a good thing when you're paying top dollar. So that's the one thing I don't like about them. I do not have those issues with the Liquitex. Now, if you are a beginner, I would suggest the Liquitex Basics brand. It is not a heavy-bodied acrylic. It doesn't have the texture, but it doesn't dry out as fast, and that seems to be what is the challenge for beginners in acrylics. They struggle with how quickly the acrylics dry out. So the color is really quite good. It's a better quality than a lot of the cheaper brands that you can get at the stores. So I would go with this one. The only thing is, if you're going to be using yellow in particular, I would grab a tube of the heavy-bodied, and the reason for that is because the yellow in this brand really fades quickly. It just gets sucked up by all the other colors and doesn't hold its color. So when I teach lessons to beginners, I always grab a heavy-bodied yellow if we're using yellow. Then the very last thing is, if you like plein air painting, then I would suggest the Open brand in the Goldens. There is no Open brand in Liquitex. So the Open brand in Goldens, it doesn't dry out as quickly, it doesn't have the texture, but when you're out in that sunlight and in the wind and the dry air, it will really dry out fast. So the Open is great. That's really all I had for today. I'm going to let you know where I get all of these things. I love Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby doesn't have Liquitex or Golden. So I would suggest Michael's, but you need a 50% off coupon because they're kind of expensive. Gyrie's has the best prices if you have one in your area. Blick Art Materials are a company online that I use all the time. They have great prices, free shipping for orders of like 35 or more. There's their website, and again, Liquitex Heavy Body and Golden are my favorite. Have a great day, you guys, and hang in there.